I think at this point, this is my opinion, that we're getting to a point of diminishing returns.
A Latah County judge doesn't want to wait any longer. A trial date is finally set for the man accused of murdering 4 University of Idaho students.
Scattered showers and storms this evening, but as they move out, we're heading into a hot, dry weather pattern.
Plus, in the wake of 2 racially motivated incidents this year, the city of Coeur d'Alene is now considering a new hate crime ordinance. Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
And I'm Whitney Ward. We are tracking 2 breaking stories out of Idaho tonight.
Earlier today, a Latah County judge set a trial date for the man charged with murdering 4 University of Idaho students. Brian Kohberger will likely face a jury 2.5 years after those brutal murders.
But first, we want to turn to a major ruling out of the U.S. Supreme Court, not only affecting Idaho, but multiple other states across the country as well.
In a decision that was accidentally leaked yesterday, today the Supreme Court officially ruled to dismiss an appeal from Idaho officials on whether the state's strict abortion law conflicts with federal law.
So this means emergency abortions will be legal in Idaho for now. Most experts we have spoken to today agree they would not be surprised, though, if the Supreme Court ends up having to weigh in on similar cases down the road.
It just said this case is going back up to the district court. We shouldn't have taken it up. We did that prematurely, and they're going to let the lower courts figure out, decide the merits, and then it'll likely come back to them later.
Thursday's decision brings some encouragement for Idaho healthcare providers, though they are not also celebrating just yet.
So KREM 2's Shannon Mowdy spoke with some of them about how this ruling impacts patients and providers. Shannon?
Any feelings of optimism among Idaho doctors is tempered for now, with uncertainty around a final legal decision on when they can provide abortions. Many still want more clarity on Idaho's law. The High Court's decision in this matter is final, but the legal battle over emergency abortions in Idaho isn't. Idaho's pro-life lawmakers marked the moment a small victory.
Today, the court said that Idaho will be able to enforce its law to save lives in the vast majority of circumstances while the case proceeds.
As did pro-choice advocates and some healthcare professionals. The SCOTUS decision allows emergency abortions to protect the health of the pregnant person. For now, a bit of breathing room.
Physicians are going to feel confident that they can make the recommendations to their patients,
says St. Luke's attorney Peg Doherty,
knowing that that follow-up sentence is not going to be, but we will have to look to transfer you.
But confusion continues.
There is a pro-abortion agenda that is trying to confuse doctors and make them scared of what our law says when our law is really clear.
Idaho Attorney General Raul Labrador says he's been meeting with physicians to clear up fear of prosecution. But some physicians say those fears come directly from ambiguities in Idaho's law.
What our physicians and our patients are very concerned about are those situations in which a pregnant woman's health is in jeopardy, that she is on a track to lose her fertility or a major bodily function, and that is not clear in the law.
And that's where the potential fear as a clinician exists of criminal prosecution or losing the medical license.
It's also unclear if Thursday's ruling will be enough to stop the bleed. Keller says Idaho has lost 22% of its OBGYNs since the law went into effect.
2 of my colleagues left simply because of the change in the trigger ban prior to this day. Another colleague left.
As the legal battle rages on with no end date in sight. Now, as they await a legal decision, some in Idaho's medical community say they want Idaho's legislature to give much needed clarity by adding a maternal health exemption in the abortion ban. Shannon Mowdy, KREM 2 News.
All right, Shannon, thank you very much. We are now one step closer to the murder trial for Brian Kohberger. In a hearing this morning, attorneys agreed to set a date for next summer.
So KREM 2's Amanda Rowley listened into that hearing today. She is joining us now live here in the studio with the latest milestone in this case. Amanda.
Now, Mark and Whitney, University of Idaho murder suspect Brian Kohberger is now expected to stand trial in June next year. This is a date many have been waiting for, especially the families of the 4 U of I students who were killed nearly 2 years ago. The Moscow murder suspect is charged with 4 counts of murder in connection with the deaths of 4 University of Idaho students. The case has seen several delays, but this is the first time attorneys on both sides have confidently agreed on a trial start date.
All rise.
In the hearing today, the Latah County judge presiding in the case pointed out it's been a little over a year since the suspect's arraignment.
That we're getting to a point of diminishing returns.
The Latah County prosecutor and Kohberger's defense attorney told the judge they both find it reasonable to set the trial for June 2025.
It makes sense that we do the trial in the summertime when high school is out across the street and when the university is out.
That's a time frame that we have been working towards. I am hopeful that we can come in there. We're working towards that date.
The family of Kaylee Gonsalves shared a statement through their attorney, Shannon Gray. They say, "It was a good day today. We were able to get a trial date set and things appear to be moving forward. We are hopeful the trial stays in Latah County so as not to disrupt the scheduling order, and we are praying for no more delays. We moved a little closer to justice today for Kaylee, Maddie, Xana, and Ethan. Ben Mogan, the father of Maddie Mogan, is also reacting to this update in the case. In a statement to KREM 2, he says, "My family and I are relieved that there is finally a court date set. Hopefully it will actually happen at that time. I am fine with it being in Latah." Now, the defense still has a change of venue hearing scheduled at the end of August, which means they want to move the trial out of Latah County. Now, the scheduling order filed today says if the trial is relocated, the court anticipates the trial dates will not change. Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
Amanda, thank you. We also have an update now on some breaking news out of Grant County. Tonight, all evacuations for a fire burning near Moses Lake have been downgraded to level 1.
Just within the last 20 minutes, we have learned that fire crews fully contained that 100-acre fire. According to the Grant County Sheriff's Office, 1 to 2 outbuildings were burned, but fortunately no homes. Although at one point 60 homes were threatened.
Deputies were initially asking those who evacuated to stay away while crews were working. Now they say everyone can return to their homes safely.
On that note, want to talk weather now with our chief meteorologist, Jeremy the Goo.
Yeah, Jeremy, it sounds like the wind's staying strong for at least a few more hours.
Yeah, when it comes to the wind, it has not let up at all in the past hour. In fact, as we zoom into Moses Lake, you can see our latest wind gust out of the southwest at 26 miles per hour. Sustained winds in the teens, still upper teens at that. So we are still keeping a close eye on it. But when it comes to the overall weather pattern, I think the worst of the wind is behind us. It is going to stay strong until the sun sets tonight. That's just the nature of the beast on a day like today. We've got plenty of sunshine, and sunshine equates to energy in the atmosphere. Energy sticks around until the sun sets, but notice as soon as it does, our wind dies down and dies down quite quickly. We'll go from gusts in the 20s to the teens and then quickly just non-existent by the middle of the night. Overall, we do have a little bit of shower activity starting to develop. Some of that just moving its way up into the mountains. We're seeing another quick band move through Coeur d'Alene and Hayden. Spirit Lake, you're on the north side of that. You move off to the north. Newport, you're on the backside of your storm system working its way out. Tooele, Colville, you're catching a break, but I think this stuff just out to your west makes its way back toward you. You move away from there and all the way down into Moses Lake. You're starting to see a little bit of something develop just outside of Soap Lake. We'll keep a close eye on that, but overall it looks like everything winds down as soon as the sun goes down. Then it's all about the sun. 77 and sunny tomorrow, 83 Saturday, a chance of showers Sunday, but it's not a good one.
All right, sounds good. Jeremy will check back in with you later in the show. Coeur d'Alene City Council is set to consider a new hate crime ordinance next week.
It would create a separate offense if a person commits a current offense, such as property damage or disorderly conduct, because of the victim's race, gender, or sexual orientation.
This move comes after 2 seemingly racially motivated incidents in downtown Coeur d'Alene this year. Councilmember Amy Evans says, quote, "Hateful behavior will not be tolerated in our community."
Happening in less than an hour, President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump will meet on a stage in Atlanta for the first presidential debate of 2024.
A new CBS News poll finds that 6 in 10 voters plan to tune in live for all or part of the debate.
You can watch the first presidential debate of this season right here on KREM 2 News tonight.
And because of that, well, it begins at 6 p.m. There will not be a 6 o'clock newscast on KREM 2 News tonight, but be sure to tune in to KREM 2 News at 10 after the debate for in-depth coverage.
Now still ahead on KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. Happening this evening, the 4 finalists for Spokane Police Chief participating in a public forum, giving you a preview next.
Plus, Spokane voters could see a new bond on their ballot, but not anytime soon. Why the options the school board is weighing tonight.